Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the GSMC Hockey Podcast presented by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your host, Garrison McDaniel, and as always, we have a great show for you guys today on this Friday. It is NHL Draft Day, so that's going to be our fifth segment, giving live updates throughout the draft as we do go throughout this, go throughout the show. I'll be keeping you guys up to date with the picks that go. We are about halfway through this NHL draft so far, so yep, just going to keep you guys up to date as always through it. But for this show, we'll start out with our first segment talking about the NHL Awards show from last night. We'll be going through who won the Hart, some snubs that I feel like, and just recapping the awards show from last night. Our second segment, we'll be talking about NHL trades that happened, as right now is the busy time in the offseason where a lot's going on, so we have a lot to go through for trades. I believe we have like a 5 or 6 that happened in the past couple of days to talk about. Segment 3, on the backs of the trades that happened, we're going to be talking about the Canucks freeing up some cap space to re-sign key pieces for the team that kind of helped them win the Western Conference this past season. Our fourth segment, we'll be talking about the Oilers general manager, Ken Holland. He stepped down. We're going to take a look at his tenure and see what moves that he did specifically that led the Edmonton Oilers to a Stanley Cup final and why he is stepping down after they went to a Stanley Cup final. So that is our 5 segments on the night. As always, if you guys want to become a bigger part of the show, help support out the GSMC Hockey Podcast in more ways than you guys already do. Use the tips and donations link at gsmcpodcast.net. It goes a long way to support all the creators here at the GSMC Sports Network and is greatly appreciated. Sorry. So as always, sorry, I'm a little hoarse in my throat. As always, we're gonna get right into the NHL Awards Recap, the first segment of the night. This award show was. So here's the thing about this award show. There was a lot that I was questioning on why we gave the awards to certain individuals. We'll get into all of that. But to start things out, we had a lot of them were already announced, so we'll get into the ones that were already announced, and then we'll get into the ones that were announced last night. Mark Messier NHL Leadership Award went to Jacob Trouba, New York Rangers, defenseman, captain. I think Mark Messier is the only one that decides on that, so went to the captain of the Rangers, as you kind of would expect. But we already knew about that one. The Lady Byng Memorial Trophy, we already knew JioSaavn won that one. Runners-up were Elias Pettersson and Austin Matthews. I believe that goes to the best forward plus... No, it goes... Lady Byng, I forget what the Lady Byng is for. The NHL awards are all over the place. But Anders Lee wins the King Clancy Memorial Trophy. Jim Neal won the General Manager of the Year award. We already knew that one. Jack Adams Award went to Rock Toshe. I believe that one was announced last night, if I'm not mistaken. The Vancouver Canucks coach outlast the Nashville Predators and Winnipeg Jets coach to win the Jack Adams. A great job in Vancouver, leading them to the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. Kind of from nowhere, the Vancouver Canucks have been disappointing, have been pretty bland for the greater part of the last decade. Now they have a really good team around Rock Toshe, and you could expect them to compete for a little while now coming up. Next was the Frank J. Selke. It was Alexander Barkov, as we already knew. He is the best defensive forward in the NHL. This award is kind of the Patrice Bergeron award. However, I wouldn't be shocked if in 5 or 6 years' time we're looking at, Alexander Barkov won his 4th Selke in the last 6 years or something like that. Like he truly is that difference maker on both ends of the ice. 200-foot game. A guy that was drafted today can maybe challenge. Macklin Celebrini is a fantastic defensive forward. That's kind of what stands out for Macklin. And why he kind of went number 1 overall. So we'll see if he's able to challenge Alexander Barkov. But I do believe that Barkov kind of stands alone with that. Bill Masterton went to Connor Ingram, with runner-ups being Frederick Anderson and Oliver Shillington. You have these are all teams. The Vezina went to Connor Hellebuyck. This was announced last night. This one was a little interesting, as really Connor Hellebuyck or Sergei Bobrovsky could have won this one, and I honestly don't know if I would have any problems with that. Connor Hellebuyck was second in the league with in save percentage, just trailing Anthony Stolarz, but Anthony Stolarz was the backup for the Florida Panthers, so Connor Hellebuyck led all starting goaltenders with save percentage at .921, and then goals against average was led by Sergei Bobrovsky on starting goalies at .237, and Connor Hellebuyck was right behind him at .239. Could have given this one to anybody, really. I know the awards are voted on before the postseason. However, I would not have been shocked for people to vote Sergei Bobrovsky. He did have such a fantastic postseason, and I know they are voted on before the postseason. However, that might be so fresh in my mind that I think that it should have gone to Sergei Bobrovsky, the Vezina, if that makes sense. But Connor Hellebuyck definitely deserved it. Had a horrific postseason, though. 540 goals against average in the postseason. That's a shocker. That is disappointing. So he was able to have a really great regular season. So congratulations on Connor Hellebuyck for winning the Vezina. It's a very special trophy to win. I believe this is Connor Hellebuck's second Vezina, if I'm not mistaken. I want to make sure that I am correct in saying that. But I do believe that it was his second Vezina. Let me make sure if I can. I don't think I'll be able to see, unfortunately. However, yeah, I don't think I can find that out this quickly. But for Connor Hellebuyck, it is a fantastic award to win. Very prestigious goaltending award. It is the MVP of goaltenders. So congratulations to Connor Hellebuyck on that. As I mentioned, Sergei Bobrovsky and Thatcher Demko were the runner-ups in this category. So very impressive. Connor Hellebuyck's such a fantastic goaltender. So do expect that to happen with a man of his caliber. Calder Trophy going to Connor Bedard. Nobody was shocked. We knew that Connor Bedard was winning the Calder in January, honestly. Did he lead the Blackhawks in points? No, he did lead the Blackhawks in points. Man, that's insane. He led all rookies in goals, assists, and points, and only played in 68 games because I think it was a broken bone in his face. I forget. I think it was like in his cheek. So he did have to miss a few games this season, 14 to be exact. But in the games that he played in, almost a point per game player. Connor Bedard, we knew that he was going to take the league by storm, and he absolutely did. So congratulations to him for winning the Calder. Something that Sidney Crosby never did, something that Connor McDavid never did, something that Wayne Gretzky never did. So, I mean, the Calder is a difficult trophy to win. So congratulations to him. Ted Lindsay Award went to Nathan MacKinnon. This is the NHLPA voted on MVP, so the players themselves vote for the winner of the Ted Lindsay, and it went to Nathan MacKinnon. So that was the first inclination that he was going to win the Hart Trophy. I talked about the Hart Trophy in one of my segments. I believe it was about a month or 2 months ago. And I looked at these guys' season, and I said that it was going to be between Nikita Kucherov and Connor McDavid. Turns out I was wrong. And I'm so shocked about that. Like, honestly, Nathan MacKinnon wins the Hart Trophy as well. So he takes home the Ted Lindsay and the Hart Trophy. Looking at just counting numbers, I thought Nikita Kucherov was a lock to win this. I really had Nikita Kucherov winning the Hart Trophy. 144 points for Nikita Kucherov, leading all skaters, had 4 more points than Nathan MacKinnon in the regular season. He had 100 assists. Hold on. Let me make. He had 100 assists, 44 goals, plus 8. Nikita Kucherov was fantastic in this regular season. This is probably the best regular season we've seen from him, and in one game less played than Nathan MacKinnon. But Nathan MacKinnon, with his 51 goals, granted, that's only 7 more goals than Nikita Kucherov, and Nikita Kucherov had an 100 assist season, only the 5th all time. Him and Connor McDavid making both having 100 assist seasons. Maybe this is why I thought that one of those two were going to win it, is because they both had an 100 assist season, which is so rare. It's Mario Lemieux, Wayne Gretzky, Bobby Orr, and then those two. Now, it doesn't happen often. I mean, guys don't get 100 assists in a season. It's extremely difficult to have 100 points in a season. Only 9 100-point seasons this entire year. So for Nikita Kucherov, I think that might have been a little bit of a snub, in my opinion. I probably would have voted for Nikita Kucherov to win the Hart Memorial Trophy. But Nathan MacKinnon gets it. Nathan MacKinnon does deserve one. This is his first Hart of his career, playing in a difficult time to get them. So it does make sense. But those are the awards. I probably would give the Hart to Nikita Kucherov. I would probably give the Ted Lindsay to Nikita Kucherov. The Norris, I didn't mention the Norris. The Norris went to Quinn Hughes, defenseman from Vancouver, after a fantastic season. Runners-up were Roman Josi and Cale Makar. Roman Josi seems like he is so close every single season, but doesn't get it. Quinn Hughes had 2 more points than Cale Makar in 5 more games played, though. But it's really the plus-minus between the two of them. Plus 38 for Quinn Hughes, plus 15 for Cale Makar. That's really the difference that you make between the two of them. Quinn Hughes, I think, deserved to win the James Norris. I felt like that was kind of a lock. Roman Josi, not too far off. He had over a point per game, 85 points in 82 games played on a Nashville Predators team that wasn't too impressive this year. So, impressive from the defenseman of the season. Evan Bouchard was also probably close with 64 assists in 81 games, playing on, we saw it in the postseason how explosive Evan Bouchard really can be. So, congratulations to all those guys. Winning awards for the NHL is always a great deal for anybody that wins awards. So, congratulations to everybody. And we are going to take our first break of the night, and when I get back, we will be talking about the trades that are happening before the draft, because there are a lot to talk about.